Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is a channel where we give you reviews, playthroughs, unboxings, and we generally like to talk a lot of bollocks and tabletop gaming in general. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the latest iteration of absolute classic game. We're going to be talking about Catan 3D edition, and in this game you'll be gathering resources, you'll be trading in these resources to build buildings and roads, and you'll be trying to be the first player to get 10 victory points that will allow you to win the game. So in this video I'm going to be giving you a very brief overview of the rules, because most people already know how to play this bloody game, right? But we're going to be telling you what we do like, what we don't like, and we'll come back and we'll tell you whether or not 3D Catan is worth you parting with the best portion of retails for 300 quid, but you can get it cheaper. So remember, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to this channel. Leave a comment in that section down below, hit the like button and all that heavenly bullshit. We'll see you after this. Bollocks. So, Catan 3D edition. How'd you play this game? So, no, we're not going to teach you how to suck eggs, because I'm 99% certain that most people that are watching this channel already know how to play Catan, and whether or not you think it's a good game is irrelevant. So we'll just brush over the rules and we'll get into the meat and potatoes of this review, right? So in Catan you'll have a series of hexes that are made up into a randomised board. Each one of these hexes has a different resource type. On your turn you'll roll the dice, and depending on whether you've got a settlement or a city on one of the intersections of these hexes, you'll get a number of resources, right? You'll take the cards and then you'll be able to trade different cards in for roads, settlements and cities. Settlements are worth 1 point, cities are worth 2 points. There's a rule where you've got to have 2 roads between each settlement and a city, or city and settlement, or whatever. There's also an option of getting development cards. These might give you extra victory points. They might give you a one-shot bonus in the form of maybe like Monopoly cards or something. Or you might be able to get night cards, which will allow you to move the robber and deny people from getting resources. If you get 5 or more roads, then you can get the longest road, which gives you another 2 points. If you get 3 or more knights, get the largest army, get another 2 points. If you roll a 7, you can move the robber, block one of the resource types, nick some of these cards, and if anybody has got 8 or more cards, they're going to have to discard down to half, right? There's also a load of harbours around the outside of the board. If you have a settlement on one of these intersections, you'll be able to get a reduced rate trade. You'll also be able to trade with other people on your turn. You'll be able to get sheep for wheat and wheat for sheep and all that shit. And you'll keep doing this, and as soon as somebody gets 10 victory points, they'll be the winner of, not 3D Catan, just like Catan in general, but we're talking about a 3D. Oh, shut up. So what do we like about 3D Catan? So the first thing that we really like about this is the amazing detail on the hexes. If you look at the original Catan, it's all just cardboard shit with just a 2-dimensional, well, it looks like sort of, I don't know, somebody's puked on one of the hexes, right? But with this, you look at the amazing mountain hexes, they tower off the board. Okay, they do sort of tend to block the tokens that are on the other side of it, but it's a worthy sacrifice. You look at the pastures tile, got the lovely detail of the sheep and the way that the number token rests on a certain part of the tile. Harbour tokens look absolutely fantastic, and it just feels like a top quality product, right? They've really thought about this quite a bit. They've made sure that most of the stuff in the box is top quality. Got the flimsy outer box, which, well, I'm not going to throw it away because I'm a bit of a geek like that, but a lot of people might chuck that away. And there's nothing really new about the cards. They're just from standard Catan, and also tiles that tell you what you got to trade in to get resources. They're exactly the same, right? So they could have done something better with that, but it doesn't matter because the whole package is lavishly produced and it's superb. So the second thing that we like about 3D Catan, and this leads on for the following thing, is that the player pieces have got sort of like an ink wash on the top of them. They could have just kept the shitty plastic things out of the refresh of Catan that happened a few years ago, but no, they've given a lot of thought to this. They've crafted new pieces, they give it a nice ink wash, and as a result they do look special and they do look fantastic, right? So it's the little attentions to detail that make this game look fantastic. So the third thing that we like about this is that this is a product that you're going to want to keep hold of, right? If you do shell out the money for this, then you are going to keep it till the day you die. There's no real reason to lob this on a bonfire or sell this money for drugs, right? I wouldn't say it's an heirloom. I mean, my kids will probably tell me to fuck off if I said that I've left you Catan, but you're not getting the house. But yeah, I mean, this is without doubt the best looking version of Catan that I have ever seen. I haven't seen the original 3D Catan that was released in that big wooden crate, and to be honest, I'm not really interested in that because that's just an unwieldy lump of horseshit. But yeah, this is something that you're going to want to keep hold of, and it'll be sitting on your shelf for like forever. So what don't we like about 3D Catan? So the first thing that we don't like about it is that the C pieces, the actual outer hex, is so tight fitting it's quite difficult to get it to slot in properly, and you'll find that some of the hexes as a result don't sit straight unless you push them in quite a long way. And I always shit myself when I do this, right, because I always think if I push it in too far, will it snap? It probably won't do that, but when you're trying to take it apart, it's wedged in there so tight it's like King Dong trying to fuck a keyhole. I know I waffled on about the build quality, but this is a minor gripe, and I'm sure that if you actually grew balls of steel rather than my ginger infused acorns, then you might be able to muster up enough courage to push that C piece in just a little millimetre more so that it doesn't end up a little bit wonky, you know what I mean? So the second thing that we don't like about this is that it's bloody expensive, isn't it? They haven't cut on the quality, and as a result they haven't cut down on the price. This retails for like 300 fucking quid, and I've got no objections in telling you that it is not worth that amount of money. We picked this up for, I suppose it's still an eye-watering amount of money. We paid 140 quid for this on Amazon Prime Day, you know, and even then I was thinking, shall I, shan't I, shall I, shan't I? But I managed to sell my other kidney to contribute to the cost of this. I think that's like my sick kidney that I sold this year to games. But never mind, unless you could find this at a cheaper price, it just isn't worth the money, right? And if you do think about shelling out full price for this, you're going to have to be a bit of a Catan nut, and I don't think there's that many Catan nuts out there in the world anymore. Rare breed, you know what I mean? So the final thing we don't like about 3D Catan is that it's just regular Catan. There's no 5 to 6 player expansion in here. There's no cities and knights expansion in here like there was with the original 3D Catan that was made a few years ago. So it's just bog standard Catan, and in a sort of a weird warped sort of way, I sort of felt like a little bit ripped off, you know, that you're sort of paying that sort of money just for regular Catan. But like I said just a minute ago, this all depends on how much you like Catan. If you're like me and you think it's one of the best games ever made, then this is, well, so that's a no-brainer. I still have to think about it, but at the end of the day, it's something that was playing on my mind, and when I saw it at a cheaper price, then I pulled the trigger and picked it up. But just go in realising that you're not going to get any extras with this. It's just going to be bog standard vanilla Catan, right? So to summarise, is 3D Catan worth your time or bother today and in the future? So we're going to say maybe, maybe not. This really is for Catan lovers only. If you enjoy Catan, but you're not really sort of willing to bat one off 4 times a day to play it, then regular Catan is going to do you just fine. But if you enjoy Catan quite a lot, if you end up playing it with your family quite a lot like I do, and it gets requested quite a lot, then really this is the best version that you can pick up today. It is an expensive initial outlay, but it's a game that you're going to be able to keep hold of for the rest of your pitiful life, yeah? And who knows, it may go up in value in future, where you could sort of maybe be one of those price gouging on eBay, you know. So there you go, that is 3D Catan. Remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Hit the like button, subscribe, and all that bullshit. We'll see you next time.